Hey YouTube, it's Salams. It's been a while since I've updated. I wanted to talk a little bit about tea today. So it's May right now. And in January, after my top surgery, I got a prescription for tea, not because I was planning to take it, but because I thought I wanted to have it around in case I decided I was ready. I spoke with my doctor, she was on board with that. She prescribed me the lowest dose, which is a quarter of what most people take. Well, I guess I shouldn't say most people. Everyone's dose is different depending on their blood work, etc. But she gave me a very, very small dose. My plan was just to keep it in my house until one day I felt really ready, and then I was gonna potentially take it. And again, even within that plan, my real plan was always just to try it out. I have never had clear desire to be on T indefinitely. It's something I've been curious about. I was open to that happening. I guess that was just not something I thought I needed. Kind of like top surgery, I knew that I needed it. With T, it was like, I don't really know I need it. So, anyway, I got the prescription. And when I got it, it actually took 2 months to get. It was a long story. There was a lot of issues with the pharmacy. In that two month period of time, I started getting frustrated and like really frustrated about not being able to get it. And I asked myself, I'm like, why are you getting so frustrated if you're not even planning to take it? And I realized that, oh, it's actually because I do want to try it. And so it was interesting to come to that recognition. So when I did get it, I came home and decided I wanted to try it. And I decided to take half of the dose that was prescribed to me. Reason why I did that is because my body reacts to things very quickly. And, I didn't want to be surprised by any effects that were unchangeable. Really, I wanted to take tea because I just wanted to know how I was going to feel. So, cautiously, I took half of the amount that was prescribed. And I did notice effects right away. I noticed that I had more of an even temper. I certainly noticed that my libido went up. I noticed I had more confidence and felt more comfortable asserting myself. And those were all very interesting effects. I didn't anticipate a lot of those. And I really liked them. And so I was going to take it again the following week. But I actually was going out of town for a couple of weeks and I didn't want to deal with taking it with me or how all that was going to work. So I decided I wasn't going to take it again. So I just left it. And so then I ended up leaving it for like a month, 5 weeks or something like that. And I didn't take it again until suddenly I noticed that I was starting to get frustrated with getting misgendered at work. So I identify as non-binary, transmasculine. I use they them pronouns, and consistently I am called she at work, and it's just very, very frustrating, and it's exhausting. And I was like, well, maybe if I presented a little bit differently, a little bit more masculine, like people would get the gender thing right. And, I was kind of like looking in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, I could definitely see, my face is definitely very feminine in a lot of ways. Like maybe if I got on small dose of tea for a while, like some features might shift and it just may put me in more of a visibly non-binary place. So I took it again, again, the smaller dose, like the half of the smaller dose. And then I took it for 3 weeks in a row. Every week that I took it, I didn't just take it automatically. I took it because I sat and I thought to myself, do I want to do this? And every single time I answered yes. Like, yes, this does feel like the right thing. And like one day at a time, it was like, yeah, I do like the effects that this is having on me. I really like the even temper. The libido thing is actually quite nice because normally I don't really have much of a libido. Um, the confidence is really good. I really like those things. So I was feeling very positive about all of it. And so I just kept taking it 3 weeks in a row. So 4 times total. After the last time I took it, within a couple of, well, actually, no, I want to rewind. So after the first time I took it, I noticed that I felt something in my voice. My voice didn't really change per se in a major way, but something was going on in my vocal area. At the time, I thought my voice had changed, but I don't know if I was just being paranoid or not. So yeah, about a month later, I got on it again. And I did, as I was taking it, those 3 weeks, I noticed again something going on in my voice, but it wasn't super noticeable that it was an actual shift. But after the third shot, I noticed that my voice changed. And it was very, very slight. But when I was singing, and I was able to hit a note that I've never been able to hit before. And it freaked me the fuck out because I wasn't wanting physical changes. Yeah, I definitely freaked out a little bit, and that's kind of still how I'm feeling. And it's hard to really know why I'm so freaked out. So there's part of me that feels nervous about it and freaked out by it because it's just something about me that I am used to for 38 years that's now different. My whole life I've had this one voice, and now suddenly my voice is different. And it's just a scary feeling, to have something shift for me anyway. So like for example, after top surgery, I was really happy that I had top surgery, but I was still freaked out to look at my body because it was like weird and different, and I didn't recognize myself, and it was awkward, and I was actually kind of scared for a couple weeks. And I think that's similar to what I'm feeling. Like it's hard to know if I like or dislike the change because I'm just too busy being freaked. What this is telling me is that like if I'm feeling freaked out, I'm clearly not ready to continue taking tea. Because of that, I've decided not to take it again right now. I need to know that I'm 100% ready for whatever changes could happen. It's been a good experiment. I've really enjoyed being able to play around with it and feel the changes, and know that like some of this is really desirable. And even the voice thing, like on my better days when I'm not feeling frightened, it's kind of fun. It does make me feel like I might be able to pass a little bit better, in some situations, like on the phone, for example. Maybe not right now, but what I mean is like, if I took it for a little longer, I do feel slightly more masculine, and that's a nice feeling. But I am gonna hit pause right now on taking tea. Part of me is disappointed about that, but I'm gonna wait for a little while. In a way, I'm still kind of getting used to my new body after top surgery. My body is really new to me right now. It's only like 4 months old, 5 months old, and that's exciting. And it's something that like I want to like fully let it. I just want to kind of sit with that for a while before I go changing anything else. I would definitely say that if you're wondering about tea, starting on a small dose could be a great way to like notice some small changes that you can sort of start evaluating on, like, hey, does this feel good in my body? Does it not? I mean, it's a journey, there's no one way to do this. What I've learned is that I need to really just be true to myself. Like, I needed to wait a long time to have top surgery. I needed to do it the way I did it. I needed to go through all the doubts and fears. I needed to go through that process. And like with tea, like, yeah, I needed to start. I needed to stop. I need to go through this process as well. And um, pretending that I have some kind of end game in mind that I really don't have is not going to serve me, or trying to sculpt my experience after other people's experiences is not going to serve me. And ultimately I'll just end up, feeling like I'm not living my authentic life because I'm trying to like do what other people do. And I think that's one of the dangers sometimes of this. It seems as though sometimes there's this like one trans narrative where you get surgery, you get on T, and like you transition, and for like FTM folks, and that's just not my experience. Like, and I do identify as non-binary at the moment, and I don't know if that's going to change, but this is my path. This is my path, and it's different than a lot of people's paths, and that's perfectly okay. I think we all get our own narrative in this journey. So anyway, that's all. I hope that this was helpful to some folks. Yeah, that's it for now. Talk soon.